Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is George and I'm your friendly neighborhood anime and manga fan. I love all things anime, all things manga, and I'm here today to talk about the very shocking chapter 178 of Chainsaw Man. So, what did I think about this crazy chapter? I think this crazy chapter did a fantastic job of once again setting up Yoru's character and Asa's dynamic as a whole, because now, after the events of this week's chapter, everything changes going forward. Not only between their relationship, but also Asa's point of view about what does it mean to live with Yoru inside of her mental psyche, and how she's really not her friend, especially towards the end of the chapter when she realizes yeah, she's not my friend, never has been my friend. And also pretty much it's a big cliffhanger regarding Chainsaw Man and his fate going forward. Now, before I go any further with this week's chapter, I just want to give you guys a quick reminder to make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you guys can be up to date with all my Chainsaw Man, as well as all my anime and manga content that I'll be providing in this channel. It really helps out a lot, and I would really appreciate it if you guys could subscribe to my YouTube channel. So if you guys could, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Now, with all that out of the way, let's get into this week's chapter. So this week's chapter starts off where we left off last time, which was the big cliffhanger of the Statue of Liberty and how Yoru was taking over it. And my theory, and a lot of people's theories, was correct, that it was going to be something like Attack on Titan, where the walls crumble and there's something inside. But even Fujimoto finds a way to completely blow me away, because this design was insane. It was just absolutely mad. I was like, what is this monstrosity? And what we see is this big gun instead of the Statue of Liberty, and it looks like, straight up, for anybody that's read Gans, it reminded me like a monster from there. It was just insane, the monster designs and whatnot. And what we see is this big gun looking monster of the Statue of Liberty. It looks like kind of like the gun devil mixed with this. And what we see is that it stars pointing its big weapon, stars aiming it towards Chainsaw Man, and within an instant you just see Yoru just say the word bang. And this panel goes hard, man. I'm gonna use this as a thumbnail. This panel went hard. Even as simplistic as it is, I just love how Fujimoto finds a way to make even the most simplest things makes them feel so epic. I mean, it's just Yoru saying bang. We don't even see her face, nothing. You just see the bottom of her mouth and just the word bang. And I just love that panel. I thought it was great. And what follows that is pretty much we see just this destructive capability of pretty much this devil, because what we see is as Yoru does the bang, you see Pochita just kind of starts narrowing it down, and the implication is that we got to realize, guys, this shot is being fired from all the way from America, and it landed all the way to Japan within seconds. At least that's my interpretation of the scene. That goes to show how just insanely powerful Yoru is after getting the gun devil and the tank devil, and you really using them to its fullest potential. Because Aki, let's be honest, he was just a hybrid. He was a nerf version of the gun devil. He was nothing nearby as powerful as this. And just seeing just how powerful this gun devil is just insane. At least a part of the gun devil, I don't think it's the true gun devil, but it's Yoru taking over using the gun devil as herself. And what we see is pretty much, yeah, just wrecking havoc, man, and it's insane. We see that pretty much as soon as she fires the shot, it cuts back to Asa in realizing after the destruction of everything, you just see this big hole about the destruction of everything. And we also see how Asa is just how did I forget? How could I forget that at the end of the day, Yoru's just a devil. It doesn't matter what I think, she is a devil. And as she's thinking this, she takes over her body once again, and she's all shocked. And the shock in her face is just man, how foolish am I? And I'm wondering now, was it Yoru literally letting her take back her body, or was it that Asa was able to be able to willfully take over? It's still not really what's the word I'm looking for? It's still really not confirmed what was the case. Because I'm wondering now, why would Yoru just let it go? Does she just think that she defeated Chainsaw Man, or the second Chainsaw Man rises back up, is she gonna take over once again? Whatever the case is, we see that pretty much this big destruction, like I said, and this destruction is insane. It's just a big circle, wrecking all these buildings, and it's just man, she really let Chainsaw Man have it. And I mean, I'm just gonna straight up say it, I think power scaling wise, in a destructive capability sense, I think Yoru has, Makima's number. And I think that Makima was arguably the strongest devil we've seen up to date. But I think just the destructive capabilities of what Yoru was able to showcase in this chapter, I think she takes the cake, because in one single bang, she was able to just turn Pochita to like literally only half a torso. Like, it's just his torso and up. She was able to literally obliterate him, in the sense of just he's incapacitated for the time being, and he's just knocked. It looks like he's knocked out, man. Like, my man got knocked out. Like on some UFC, he got a Superman punch to his face, but he's out. Like, and I was just very shocked, because I thought that up to this point, Pochita was just like, mindfully like whatever about Yoru, but at the same time, it was a shot that he wasn't expecting. He just took it head on. I'm sure if he avoided it and then counterattacked Yoru, she would have been done. But it's the point. The fact of the matter is that she still was able to best Chainsaw Man, at least in this particular fight. Now, if both competitors walked in there fresh, and both of them were trying to kill each other, because I don't think Pochita at all was trying to kill Yoru whatsoever. I don't think he had the intent of killing at all when it came to specifically Yoru. It's still debatable, because he did rip off Asa's arm and all that. It's still debatable, but I personally don't think that he was gonna he wasn't trying to kill her the second that she got the power-ups and all that. I think he's just been trying to avoid her, and he's kind of been messing around. I mean, last chapter he was in the blood donation thing. But continuing, before I get sidetracked, we see that as he's knocked out on the floor, he is suddenly approached by a figure that I wasn't expecting to show up, which was the Aging Devil. And the Aging Devil, for you guys, if you don't remember, because it's been a while, the Aging Devil was the one that the public safety did a contract with. The ones that they were gonna he was gonna be eating kids, and all that. Like, a bunch of kids will die after the contract happens. And as he shows up, it's like, here he slits his hand, and he's letting Chainsaw Man drink some of its blood. And we do know that obviously it's gonna heal Chainsaw Man up. And he's like, here, drink my blood, and after that, devour me. Eat my arms. No, eat my legs, then eat my arms, then eat my lower body, and then my upper body, but leave my head at the end, or something like that. And he's saying pretty much after, because of his contract, after he gets devoured, pretty much all the kids will die. Like those kids, I think it was 30,000 kids. I forget the exact number, but it was an insane amount of kids that would just perish, because that was the contract with public safety. Now, it seems like I don't know if Pochita will actually devour the Aging Devil. Who knows? Maybe he'll just drink its blood and then kind of be like, all right, thank you, but I'm out of here. It's still very ambiguous what he will do towards the end. But the biggest takeaway of this chapter, in my opinion, is the fact that we really get to showcase the power of Yoru. And I don't know if this is her peak per se. I don't know if this was her back in the day, just how powerful she really was. But yeah, this was a very impressive feat that I've seen a lot of people being like, oh, Yoru's a fraud, Yoru's not that powerful. Hey man, I think after this week's chapter, a lot of people's heads are gonna be turning upside down, because they're gonna be like, okay, I might have been wrong about her. Maybe she's not a fraud. But at the same time, I do think, like I said, this is not Pochita trying to defeat her. Really, he was just kind of playing around, I think. But that might be just me coping. I don't know. I still think Pochita is arguably the strongest, full power Pochita, that is arguably the strongest devil, because remember, guys, in part 1, it was stated that all the 4 horsewomen jumped him, and they weren't even able to kill him. They fatally wounded him. But at the same time, remember, Pochita fatally wounded Yoru, to the point that she was like a little bird. At the beginning of Chainsaw Man Part 2. So Pochita, he was fighting the 4 horsewomen at once. He still walked away. Hey man, I don't think that's a fraud at all. But that's just my opinion on this whole situation. But yeah, overall, I thought that this chapter is fantastic, and I can't wait to see what next week brings about, because now it seems like we're nearing the big climax of the story. At least in my opinion, I think we're nearing the big catastrophic. There you go. Let's just say that the big catastrophic event, and I'm very excited to see how the story goes from here. But with all that being said, what did you guys think about this week's chapter? Did you guys love it? Did you guys hate it? Did you guys thought it was alright? Whatever you guys thought, let me know in the comment section down below. Also, thank you so much for sticking all the way to the end of the video. I really appreciate it. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more Chainsaw Man, as well as more anime and manga content in the near future. But yeah, with all that being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.